Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Make It Tuesday. I'm Kaylee with the Clearview Library District, and I am really excited to have Karen Johnson back with us again this week. She is going to show us all how to make a really pretty fall themed cake. If you have any questions while you're watching, feel free to email me. I can put you in touch with her. My email is just Kaylee, K-A-L-I, at clearviewlibrary.org. And just if you have any comments, also, we like to hear those as well. You can email me there. And I'll also put at the very end of the video a slide that has a supply list as well. So if you're interested in that, that will be at the end of the video too. So we'll let Karen go ahead and take over, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.
Hi, Karen here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a autumn cake. This is a sample of what we're going to be doing. Fun autumn colors. So let's talk about the colors. I have 4 different colors that I'm working with. I have an orange that I put just a little bit of brown coloring into. I started with a dark pink and added some red to get this really vibrant autumn red using brown. And if you're coloring your brown icing, if you start by adding a little bit of cocoa to it and then add brown coloring until you get the shade that you want. And then this is a golden yellow, which you can either purchase a golden yellow color, or if you take a regular lemon yellow and add just a little bit of brown to it, it'll get you a nice autumn tone. With the decorations that we're doing, we're going to be using different sized round and star tips. And for this cake, I chose a tip 18, a tip 199, a tip 2D, a tip 12 is going to be the round tip that I'm using, and a tip 21, so that we can get some different variations in size and look of the decorations that we'll be doing. So let's learn to do the techniques. This cake is really easy because you're only using 3 techniques. I'll be teaching you the dot, the star, and the rosette. And they're all beginner techniques, but when you add the colors and the different sizes of the tips and the variations, you can go for a lot of different looks. So let's start with the dot. And for that, we're using our round tip. So I've got the brown icing. And when we talk about techniques, we always talk about the position of our bag. And in this instant, the bag is going to be straight up and down. Our tip is going to be slightly above the surface. We're going to start to squeeze to let our dot build. And when we get it to the size that we want, we're going to use a little half circle motion to cut the tip off the top. Now, if you don't do that motion, you can do what's called a pull-out dot, which is just a different look, and it's okay. You can add that into your cake if you want, and you just keep squeezing and then stop squeezing, pull the tip away, and you get a point on it. So either one. For this one, for the sample that I did, I just used the round dot. All right, then we're going to also do a star. And for that, let's use the tip 21. Again, our bag is straight up and down. We're slightly above the surface, not touching. We're going to start to squeeze, let that star build, then stop squeezing, so relax the pressure on the bag completely, and pull up, and you get a nice star. And our third technique is the rosette. And I'll show you that with the red, because that's what we'll be using. With this, we're going to start again with our bag straight up and down, so this is really easy to remember, slightly above the surface. You're going to start to squeeze until you have a star built, and then you're going to lift your tip, and you're basically just going to draw a circle around that star. And when you get almost to the beginning, Stop squeezing and just pull that end around. And there's your rosette. So let's clear that off. Let's bring our cake on and start decorating. So the base of my cake is what I call smooth or casual iced. You can smooth ice it so that everything is smooth. This is done just by putting a fairly thick layer of icing on your cake and then taking your spatula and just holding the spatula up against the icing and moving around as you make a groove. Once you get around the cake, move the spatula up so that there's a little bit of space so it makes the ridges, and go around again. On the top, you just start in the middle and work your way around. You can do this, you can use your spatula and make vertical lines. You can use it to just make little swirls in the icing, whatever you want to do. My base color here is ivory because that's going to be a nice showcase for the colors that we're using. So I'm going to start off with my largest decoration, and that's going to be my rosettes. I'm also starting with my brightest colors. I'll do several rosettes using the red icing, and you generally want to do an odd number, so either 3 or 5. If you look back on the sample cake, I did 3. And I should probably tell you my sample cake was a 3-layer 6-inch cake. For this, just to give you a different look, I'm doing a 2-layer 8-inch cake. So I'm going to start with a rosette. And again, I start with a star, lift, go around my star, come around to the beginning, and pull it. Then I'm going to space out maybe another one over here. And pull it. Clean some of that icing off my tip. And then another one over here. The nice thing about this cake design is there's no right or wrong way. We're not measuring. It's just whatever looks good to you. So then I'm going to go next with my orange, and I'm going to add some stars with the orange icing. And again, just kind of random. I'm straight up and down. I'm squeezing. I can make some large ones. I can do some smaller ones and maybe a couple together here. I'll do one over here and maybe a small one here, small one here, and a larger one here. And I can always go back and add more. I'm just going to kind of play with the colors a little bit at a time. And you notice with these, I went ahead and left the point to give it, again, a different look. I'm going to use the yellow, and I'm just going to do some regular stars, without a point. And again, just place them wherever. You can go back and fill in other colors if you want. I'll put another one over here. Then I'm going to take my brown, and I'm just going to add some little dots. kind of fill in and add some accent. Then I'll go back in and fill in my other spots. And again, you can use whatever colors. Any star tips or round tips will work. I could actually do a rosette with my a round tip. So I think maybe we need just a little bit of a little more orange. And let's just add an orange rosette here using this tip. So I'm making my star, I'm coming around, and then pulling that end around. Make another one here. Kind of fill in these spaces. And I think we'll do a yellow rosette here. So even though I have yellow next to yellow, because it's a different shape, it gives it just a little bit different look. And maybe a larger star here to fill in. And just a couple more brown accents here. Okay, now you can go all the way around your cake if you want. I chose to go just a little over halfway. Again, you can add whatever colors, whatever tips you want. Go for different sizes, different shapes. And there you have it. It's very simple, quick and easy. And you're ready for that Harvest Festival party or any autumn party that you want. Have fun decorating.